So, people have been wanting to hear these dating stories. I normally don't talk a lot about dating, um, but it's funny. It's funny when you are a black man who is two things: being an upscale guy. A upscale guy, you not stressing sex when you meet a woman. It takes away her number one playing card. And when you're an upscale guy, you not really stressing money like that, meaning that you can go jump on a plane and go somewhere for the weekend. You can pay for a great dinner date or whatever the case may be. But what's so funny is, I'm gonna do a couple of these. What's so funny is women get really intimidated when you're an upscale black man. So remember, upscale is you're not really stressing sex. That's not your reason really for talking to this woman is try to get her in the bed. And you got money. That's the definition of upscale black man. You you're not you don't get with her for the intention of going up, getting in her bed. That's not really your thing. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen when it happens, but you really need to date. You know, you go out and talk. You get to know if this is somebody you want to deal with. When I look at my friends who are not black, white guys, Latin guys, they do the exact same thing with their white women and Latin women. They're at a point in life where they're not stressing to get this girl in the bed, and my the white dudes I know, they go on lots of dates, you know, and they just go out to have fun. With them, it's just having fun. You know what I mean? Um, and I think that's a different thing in white culture because a lot of times they just chilling. They have no intention of trying to really smash and do all that type of stuff. So it really throws a woman off when a black guy is not stressing her vagina. I've even dated white women where they were thrown off because I'm not stressing to get them in the bed. You know what I'm saying? Once we get in the bed, they love it, but I'm not initially stressing because see, here's the thing with me. I've interacted with a lot of women, and I know a lot of women aren't necessarily clean. Let's keep that 100. And because there's a lot of desperate dudes out there who are willing to do anything just to get sex, unclean women, excessively fat women, women on their period. You got dudes who are just grimy. And when a woman has been dealing with that type of dude for so long, she don't know how to interact with a dude that ain't stressing her. This is one of the reasons why when you see many black women date Latin guys or date white guys, it isn't really a stressful thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why black women get hypnotized dating those guys because those guys are not really stressing. For them, it's the enjoyment of going out just hanging. And for me, it's also the enjoyment of going out just to hang. What ends up happening is you as an upscale black guy, you kind of just like enjoying the event more than you are the person. And sometimes women can sense that because they want you to be all into them. But I try to explain to women all the time, when if you're an international guy or international woman, you know that in other countries, nobody's really stressing that type of stuff. You're kind of just chilling, you know what I'm saying? And you just enjoying the vibe. And it's not necessarily the person. You feel me? So women get thrown off a lot when you date them and you got your money together. Because you can pay, let's say her meal is $39. Let's say your meal is $27. And we're talking about the lobsters and all that. So here you are, you paying $50, $60. And it's not really nothing to you when you're an upscale guy. When you're not an upscale guy, you stressing that. You know what I'm saying? $60 for a meal, you thinking about what you can put in your gas tank. But when you really not stressing that, it throws black women off, especially you as a black dude. It throws them off and they get intimidated. It is the weirdest thing to see. And I try to tell people about it, man, but it's like it's one of those things you got to experience, but you have to not really care about $100. You know what I'm saying? When you don't really care about $100, you're able to see it. And one story I'm going to tell you about is my homeboy. My homeboy is in Atlanta. He makes somewhere between 70 and 80 a year. So in Atlanta money, that's about 100,000. Okay. Now he got a nice townhouse at this time, 2-level. And again, he's not really stressing too much or nothing. But there's this woman, very attractive woman, but she's a nurse. She makes money more than him, and she's going through a divorce. Now, when I tell you she's hot for a 50-year-old woman, okay, my homeboy's 32 at the time, and she's 50. So again, this is how black women get really intimidated by upscale black men, because they don't know what to do with us, because we're not stressing them sexually, and we're not mesmerized by them like that, and it really throws them off. And now, my white homeboy was saying the same thing. When he has dated black women get really thrown off because he's not stressing like other white guys. Other white guys are trying to get him in the bed, but he's not on that. He's trying to see somebody long term. So it really throws black women off. So this woman, like I said, she's going through a divorce. So the husband is a doctor. He got to pay her, of course. So it's she's getting money left and right. The money she got and the money she's getting from her divorce. She goes and tells my homeboy, hey, you know what? I would like for you to go with me. Now, you see, we men, we listen to specifics, details, most of us, okay? Mathematical men, we listen to detail. So she said, I would like for you to go with me on this cruise. They got this deal. Now, for a woman, the minute he tells me this, I tell him, I already know what this is going for. A woman, the minute she said deal, she expects for you to pay. She says with her, but like I told my homeboy, I got sisters. I already know this is going. This is her trying to remix the game. And then so he tells me that she goes, they have great sex, da 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 da, but he's not at her beg and call. He got other women he's dealing with, and he's told her this. You know what I'm saying? And she still want to get down. And one thing I like about my homeboy, he's very upfront. He doesn't really lie to women. He tells them straight out the gate what day it is. And she goes and she goes on for like a month, 2 months, talking about this whole situation with this cruise, this deal. And he goes and he says to her, okay, well, I consider it. You let me know the day, the time, blah, 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 blah. Now, at no point in time has he said he's paying for anything. At no point in time has he said any of this type of stuff. Right? This is why I try to tell you guys, many women, not all, they want to control a dude. They're not trying to be a teammate, a participant. They're not trying to do stuff together. It's always, I expect for you to do this because I'm having sex with you. No other reason. I damn near demand for you to do what I want you to do. And I swear up and down, you know, many urban women, because I'm going to say urban white women, urban black women, many urban women, they take stuff for granted. They really do. They take a lot of stuff for granted. And it's like being combative, and when you're an upscale black man, you're not even trying to be in those type of worlds anymore. You're not trying to interact on that level. You know, a lot of you guys are going to understand once you get your money really together, you got your property together, you're going to be like, you're going to be turning your nose up to a lot of stuff, because you're going to be like, it's not even worth me as an upscale man dealing with. And the only thing women are going to be able to say is, you arrogant. You arrogant is code word for I can't control you. Let me say it again, because I think it's important for you guys to hear this. When women say you're arrogant, that's the code word for you're not like other guys. I can't control you. Even in a discussion, when a woman calls you arrogant, it means that she can't control you. When a woman calls you narcissistic, don't hate what she's saying. It is code word for she can't handle you. If a woman has to call you names, that's her way of letting you know you are, she's not used to you. She don't know how to handle you. You're not like the other dudes. This normally works on the other dudes. You seem like you see what I'm saying? That's the only way an urban woman can get control over you, is to name call you. She can't, it's hard for her to treat you like human because she's not used to it. She's used to people, or she's used to dudes who are going to bow down because they want the sexual activity. And that's what she's used to. She's used to that. So when you have that type of thing going on, the weirdest part of the game is when you're trying to have a regular human conversation with a woman, and she's constantly looking at you like, ugh, he's so arrogant. That's just a code word for she can't control. So my friend, he's not trying to be funny style to this woman. He's just simply telling her, hey, you let me know. Jerkmate. You let me know when you're ready to do XYZ. That's what he's telling her. He's telling her, you let me know when you're ready to do XYZ. So finally, she comes back and tells him the day they're going to do this thing. Guess what? She says, and you're half. This is what my homeboy says. Half. He said, no, sweetheart, you invited me. If I wanted to go on a trip, I would have just paid for my own trip. You are inviting me. And see, then she got upset at this dude because he's not easy to control. And this is why I don't get mad at these women, because I fully understand for them, it's about controlling a guy, because 99 other dudes allowed her to control them. 99 other dudes allowed her to win. 99 other dudes allowed her to 99 other dudes would do anything to have sex with her. So of course, you who are not stressing, who are just trying to see her for what value she truly has, now she's discouraged by you. Now you're a punk. You're a this. You anytime she can't control you, it's a problem. It's a problem. And you know what? This is why I don't get mad, because it's always going to be a problem. It don't matter how, and this is also why a lot of guys end up falling women of other cultures, black women, all type of different women, because these women do not try to dishonor a guy. These women treat those guys like humans. And because those guys get treated like humans, those guys get fascinated with, wow, man, I've never been treated like this before. Even when he might be a bum, even if he ain't worth it, I'll grant you that. Sometimes, he's not the cat he believes he is. You feel me? But nevertheless, he's getting treated like a human. He's not being dissed just for the sake of being dissed. He doesn't get called arrogant by those women. Those women love the fact that he's like that. This is the one thing that people don't want to understand. Those women love the fact that he is like that. They're not turned off by it like the urban women are. Urban white women are turned off by these type of dudes because, again, they're not used to it. They're used to dudes being thirsty. They're used to dudes bowing down. They're used to dudes. And once you understand that about urban women, you'll never be mad at them again. Once you understand that the urban woman is really calling you trash because you're not obeying. You're not doing what the other 99 guys have done to get her in the bed. You just have to accept that. Don't be mad at her. Don't even waste your time being mad. I think when you get mad at a woman, you've lowered yourself. You've lowered your scale. As an upscale guy, you're supposed to be constantly doing things that benefit you. You ain't supposed to be doing things that benefit her. She does. I mean, why? She's a human being. Walk past her. She's a human being. Drive past her. You're supposed to be operating in a way that benefits you. And again, she's going to call you arrogant because that's all she can do is name call you, try to destroy. You know what I'm saying? What's so funny is I think this is another reason why so many guys tell lies. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had to counsel guys and I've had to explain to guys, stop lying so much. Stop telling women what they want to hear. You're a human being. Just tell her straight up, hey, look, this is how this is. This is how I'm operating. And it might not be that woman you want. I think that's the biggest problem with guys. They keep trying to impress the woman that they really want instead of being a stand-up dude. Being an honorable woman that's good for you and meant for you will bump into you and you'll be ready to lead. There's too many dudes trying to cooperate. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I think that's another reason why a lot of dudes are mad because dudes are trying to cooperate. Why are you trying to cooperate? Look, this is how I get down. This is what I do. You not with it? I respect that. Let's shake hands and walk away. It's hard for women to deal with that. It's hard for women to deal with that. You know, it's kind of like what we got to look at. Many of our older white men. Older white men have the ability to just give up money and walk away from a marriage. Give up money and have a whole bunch of escorts, have a night of passion, and think nothing of it. Black dudes have a hard time with that. Black dudes rely so much on game and pimp talk, all in an effort to save money. Once I started making good money, I can care less about pimp talk. I took the day off Thursday and Friday and just slept all day. Now, why? Why did I do that? Because I had the option to take the day off. I'm not caught in, I got to get the bag. That's a death trap for dudes. Why? Why do you need to do that? This is what throws it. This is what throws us off, man. This is what throws us off. We operating in the wrong fashion. We operating with the wrong weapons. So in conclusion, with my friend, when he told her, sweetheart, I can buy my own ticket, you invited me. That's when their relationship ended. Not because he ended it, because she realized, wait a minute, I never had control over this guy like I thought I did. This guy told me he was seeing other women. He didn't hide it. This guy told me that, we can get to know each other. He told me he didn't want to have sex. He wanted to get to know me. I, as a nurse, insisted on the sex because I wanted what I wanted. She ended it because she realized, wait a minute, I'm the one who created this whole situation. And now I realize I'm not even in control of this dude like I thought. That's what it all comes down to. This is why I don't get mad at black women. This is why I don't get mad at urban Asian women. This is why I just don't get mad, because I realize the number one objective is to get me in the bed as quick as possible so I can get fascinated by the sex. Then when we're in a relationship, get me to get her pregnant as fast as possible to guarantee that she has a foothold. I can never be mad because I understand what the game is. Now, the women who don't do that, those are the women who are trying to seek a real relationship. The women who don't do that, those are the women who are trying to honestly get to know me, interact with me on a real level. And like I tell dudes, those are the women you need to protect. Those are the women you need to make sure the 20% are protected. Being mad at chicks is a waste of your time. Sitting around a bunch of dudes talking about how you've been mistreated by chicks, you just admitting that you never had any level of discipline. You never had any level of control. You're just admitting that the woman always had control over you, and you never was a put your foot down type of dude. You was a cooperator. When you hang out in those circles being mad, that's all you admit. And it's so funny because, like I said, this is why these women have such hard times with the upscale dudes, because we got our money, we're already well read, well traveled. We're not stressing. We're not stressing. And she is so used to people stressing. I'm gonna tell you another story next time about the Asian girl I used to date. Tattoos, real pretty, but she actually tried to come after I stopped hollering at her. She tried to holler back at me. And one thing that I didn't realize that I had, but I treat women intellectually well, listening to them. You know, when I'm dating her exclusively, listening to her, involved with what's going on. And sometimes women really miss that. And it's a weird thing because when she is with a brother, she can't seem to operate in a way that's coexisting as a team. You know, I had to tell one woman, you're not used to being on a team. I can tell you're not used to a teammate. And she had to admit, you know what, I never had somebody I can work with, you know, I just never seen it before. And you know, that's what you're dealing with a lot of times. You're dealing with women who are not used to treating people with respect, treating, you know, when you got so many guys who are just willing to be a tool for a woman's pleasure. That's what the white guys call it, a tool. When you got so many guys willing to be a tool for a woman's pleasure, it's hard for those women to recognize that they should be better women. It's just hard, and it's not too much you can do to change that. The only thing that really changes a woman is age. Age is the only thing that really changes a woman. You're not going to really change a woman calling her names, talking about her hair. All that stuff is a waste of time. Just a huge waste of time. The only thing that really changes a woman is age, because when age starts kicking in, then she realizes the clock is 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 bad. I think where urban women get over on dudes is they have these babies, and this is why I be trying to tell dudes, stop getting them pregnant. When you sit up here and you when she has a baby, then she transfers all that to the child. You then become irrelevant. And more black dudes is really what's causing most of your problems. Your penis is really causing most of your problems. And the second thing that causes most of your problems, you want to make a lot of money. You don't want to make a lot of money. Because if you made a lot of money, then you have your lawyer game on. You have a lot of things going on. You know, that's how it is. Ashley M. A lot of these women want to do they can control, but would get upset when he has no basic life skill. Yeah, you know what, Ashley? Jesus Christ, you are so right. I just don't get. I mean, like, oh, golly. Some of these, I ran into a dude the other day. Jesus Christ. Oh, I I didn't have my camera on me, or I would have did the video. He had to be 24, 26, might have been 28. His girl was clearly a young girl, 20, 22, 24. They had got a SUV Volkswagen. And you could tell they got it from like an auction or a salvage or something like that. And this dude didn't know how to jump the battery on a car. He didn't know how to hold the jumper cables. He was trying to hook up the jumper cables while the other end of the jumper cables on the ground. These are the dudes these women are calling men. These young dudes are the ones they're calling men. This dude, he was sitting up here. He had his girl, he had to be 24, 26, 28. His girl had to be about 20. This dude is trying to jump the car and he's hooking up the battery with the other end on the ground. Weirdest thing. Then when I tell him, dude, you can't do that. Then he picks up the copper and holds it while he's plugging up the battery. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. Who is giving this dude sex? But guess what? He's dressed like a little boy. He got the baseball hat. He got the colorful jacket. He got the appearance of swag, but he don't know nothing. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. And these, and you know what's so funny is, I'm looking at these two women. They don't know nothing about jumping a car either. If I had my phone, I would have videotaped it. Ridiculous. But like I said, this is what we deal with. So when you an upscale dude, and like I said, you're not stressing her sex, you're not, $60, $100 don't mean nothing to you. You're on a whole nother level now. Women are gonna get intimidated by you. Women are gonna be calling you names because they can't control you. That's just how it works. That's just how it works. But women, black women from London, black women from France, black women from Canada, they're going to respect you because they respect upscale men. Shout out to Ashley M. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you guys listening. Hit the like button, share it on your Facebook. Peace.